What's going on, MCU fans? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you yet another spoiler breakdown review for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 3. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Every single Friday, I cover the newest episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and today we're going to be talking about spoilers, break down every scene of this episode. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out on Disney Plus and then come back here and we'll talk all about the spoilers. So episode 3 opens up with this little commercial for the blip. You see all these random families reuniting and they're all happy, they're smiling, and then it's this little ad for Global Repetition Council or something. Because as you know, this series really is diving into people during the blip, and you have the flag smashers who think life was better during the blip. So it's cool to see how the MCU has really had the blip in their storylines, whether it's with their shows or their Phase 4 movies. There wasn't a lot of John Walker this episode. We only see him and Battlestar trying to find Carrie, who is the leader of the Flag Smashers, and they're trying to find out where she is. So really not a lot of John Walker, U.S. agent, in this episode. Although, that guy still thinks he's Captain America. This baddie spits in his face, and I kind of laughed at that because it's true. As we saw previously at the end of episode 2, we saw that they were going to break Zemo out of prison, and we do see a lot of Zemo in this episode, and I just loved every single sequence of seeing Zemo back on the screen. Daniel Bruhl is just amazing as the character. So Bucky and Sam are going to try to break out Zemo from prison. Bucky goes to talk to him alone in his prison cell, and he does recreate the famous line he said in Civil War, saying all those words that turns Bucky into the Winter Soldier. And it's just really interesting to see this episode with Zemo teaming up with Sam and Bucky, because this is the man that literally split the Avengers apart in Civil War. I could see people having complaints with this episode with how they handled Zemo. Like, this is the man that split the Avengers apart and toyed with the minds of Sam and Bucky. He did a lot of bad stuff. They have a clear objective with Zemo, to go to Madripoor, try to find the Winter Soldier serum, and something to do with the Power Broker. And this episode is titled Power Broker. We all thought Bucky was going to break Zemo out of prison, but no, Zemo himself breaks himself out of prison. He finds a way to try to sneak police guard outfit on him and just uses his smart ability to get himself out of prison. Like, he just gets on the cop uniform and then just walks right out. I thought that was a really cool sequence. I usually love prison breakout movies, and with this one, it feels like they were honoring that genre with Zemo getting out of there. And once again, just Daniel Bruhl himself, he kills it as the character. So they travel with Zemo to Madripoor, and Zemo seems to have this little nice, rich little life to himself. He has a nice plane, he's got a nice suit on, and they're literally on the plane talking about the mission. And then Zemo just reads this little scripture that he has the book that he found in Civil War. And then Bucky's like, don't do that again, bro. Like, our objective with you is to try to find this thing, the Winter Soldier serum in Madripoor. And then after this mission is done, you're going back to jail. So I like how they were self-aware in that instance. I feel that this episode definitely was trying to be very lighthearted, and I have little issues with that, but I just love seeing Sam, Bucky, and Zemo actually working together. So Sam, Bucky, and Zemo arrive in Madripoor, and they're going to this party trying to locate this dealer named Selby that Zemo's trying to meet with. And then Sam and Bucky, they're going to go in as their own secret identities. And Sam supposedly is this man called the Smiling Tiger. He has this weird suit on. They get discovered. They say, "You're not welcome here," by the Power Broker. And then Zemo just initiates the Winter Soldier. He just says this thingy. And then Bucky just goes ham on these group of people. And he's actively like the Winter Soldier. And so I was thinking to myself, that is the most ass I've seen Bucky kick since Winter Soldier. Since he, as the White Wolf character, I think Bucky hasn't really been that badass persona unless he has the Winter Soldier name attached to him. And we saw that for like 30 seconds, so that was definitely awesome. So they get into the meeting with Selby. Zemo is talking with her, and Zemo clearly says, I'm just here to talk. I'm not here to see the power broker. I just want this Winter Soldier serum. And Selby asks the question to the Smiling Tiger, or Sam. And then Sam gets a phone call in the middle of all this, and it's his sister Sarah. And then Sam reveals his identity accidentally, and so things get broken off. They try to kill them. They get out. There's gun shootouts. They're taking out people left and right. And then Zemo's like, wow, you shoot really well, Sam. But no, it was another person shooting at these two guys. It's Sharon Carter, Agent 13. We finally good to see Emily Van Camp back in the role of Sharon Carter. And it was a great entrance for Sharon Carter altogether. Sam mentioned before in another episode that ever since they've taken the shield in the past, the government has called Sharon Carter an enemy to the USA. And so ever since then, she has left and been on her own. And it was cool that she mentioned that, and she's like, drop the gun, Zemo. And she joins in on them with the mission. And Sam's trying to tell her that we need your help, Sharon. We need to find this base for the Winter Soldier serum. We need you to come back to the state. And she's like, I can't. They find me as an enemy. I gotta be on my own. And then Sharon says, we gotta go to this specific party. And then they go to this party. Sam and Bucky are partying, and then we see Zemo dancing. He's just like, what the hell is even that? That gif is going to be talked about for a week now. That's all I needed to see was Zemo dancing. So they finally have a location and base for Nagel's lab at this little trailer park graveyard. And so Zemo, Sam, Bucky, and Sharon go to try to find the exact trailer it's located in. And then they go inside it, and it has this little secret door. Kind of reminded me of Tony Stark finding this little secret door in Age of Ultron. So they go up the stairs, and they find Nagel himself in his lab. And they start questioning him, like, where do you have any Winter Soldier serum on you? Like, do you know who that is? And while all this is going down, they've been spotted. These group of people are coming after them. And then Sharon takes all these people out by herself. And then Sharon is whooping their ass. And Sharon is just a badass. Emily Van Camp, like, taking all these people out left and right, kind of reminded me of Atomic Blonde. Like, oh man, Emily Van Camp, she is hot and she can kick ass. Nagel did say that he created 20 vials of Winter Soldier serum after the blip, but Carly Megathow did steal them all for the Flag Smashers, so that totally explains why the Flag Smashers wanted the Winter Soldier serum. Carly stole them all, and so that's how they're super powerful. And so Nagel just is shot dead by Zemo. Zemo just completely shoots him. And then it completely explodes full of fire, the base, the trailer. So they try to get out. Sam and them get out. And then Zemo comes out of the fire. He's nowhere to be found at first. But then he comes right out. He has the purple mask by his side. And he puts it on. Like, we were waiting for the moment of Zemo to put on his purple mask. And it's freaking awesome. Zemo finds a getaway car and they all get inside it. Like, Sam's like, you're going back to jail, buddy. But we need him to try to find Carly and the Flag Smashers. So they get in the car. They try to get Sharon to come with them back to the US. And she's like, I'm not going. I can't. So the Flag Smashers, we didn't see a lot of them this episode as well. They're in Lithuania. They have these group of people hostage. And we see Carly as well have this little moment with this woman, and she's crying. She's supposedly about to die, and we see them have a conversation about why they stole the Winter Soldier serum, and they have these people hostage, and we know their motivations. And so the Flag Smashers do get out of there, And I'm interested to see what happens with them next episode, because if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm not really into the Flag Smasher storyline so far. So the final scene of this episode, we see Sam, Bucky, and Zemo arrive in Latvia to try to locate Carly and the Flag Smashers. And then Bucky's like, you guys head on inside, I'm going to take a walk. And then Bucky finds these little beads that can supposedly hear conversations. He finds 2 of them. He walks into this alley and he's like, I knew I would see you show up at some point. And we see this character, Io, who is a Dora Milaje for Wakanda. And she shows up in the episode and she's like, I'm looking for Zemo. And if you don't know who this character was, in Civil War, when Natasha Romanoff has a little moment, she's like, move, you will be moved. That's who the character was, and that was interesting. Seeing a character from Black Panther, Wakanda, show up at the end of the episode, and she's like, I'm looking for Zemo. And if I were to be honest, I would have been awesome to see Okoye Denaigariri show up, but I don't know anything much about this character, so we'll see what she does in this next episode. What could happen with episode 4? Well, for sure, we're going to see more of Io, the Dora Milaje. She's looking for Zemo, so she has plans of herself to try to get Zemo herself. And the Flag Smashers, again, I need more from them. Like, I feel like we're not getting the meat yet. Hopefully they win me over. John Walker as well discovers that Sam and Bucky broke Zemo out of prison. Well, that's what they think. Zemo himself broke him out of prison. So it'll be interesting to see if John Walker and Battlestar come face to face with Sam and Bucky and Zemo again, and what could go down there. Seems like they're going to try to make Sam and Bucky look like bad guys because they broke a super criminal out of prison. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And Sharon Carter as well. Hopefully this isn't the last we see of Emily Van Camp. I think she was great. So there you go, guys. That was my breakdown for episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. Was this your favorite episode of the series so far? Your least favorite or second favorite? And if you are new to the channel and you loved hearing my breakdown for episode 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I do this every single week on the channel, breaking the newest episodes down of the series. And if you're a big MCU fan, big movie fan, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I talk about this on a weekly basis. I cannot wait for episode 4 next week. It's going to be very exciting, and I'll be back next week talking and breaking down this episode. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Look forward to my Monsterverse ranking this weekend. You guys are seriously the best. Click that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!